The first, and I think also the biggest, paradox we encountered during our time in Dominica was the Carib people's relationship to their land. Here were a people living in a veritable green paradise where the concept of starvation was foreign because food literally grows everywhere. They are renowned the world over for their stewardship of the environment. And yet the first thing we saw when we got to our work site was the indiscriminate clear-cutting of bushes and trees for 50 feet from the surrounding area, ostensibly to give everyone coming to get water an unobstructed view of our concrete tank. No one we spoke with believed that food was hard to come by.
Do you feel it's difficult to get access to food, or do you feel it's plentiful on Dominica?
Get food?
Yeah.
Yeah, food is all over the place.
Oh, just falls off the trees and onto the ground.
And when it falls off the trees and into the ground, anybody can have it. It's not like you only can have one tree or like that.
Once it falls onto the ground, you can take it.
And it's anybody's.
Is food plentiful? Like, is food an issue for anyone on the island?
Like food issue?
Yeah.
Not here, not in the Caribbean territory.
And do you have access to food? Like, is it easy for you to get food anywhere here in Dominica?
Food?
Yeah.
Well, food is a number one thing in Dominica. Food is all around Dominica. Food is not a problem in Dominica. Food is a very common way in Dominica. People get food for nothing. People sell food for something. People work for food for something.
Any sense of an uneducated, spoiled child syndrome where the Caribs felt that a little clear-cutting was acceptable because their resources were limitless vanished as soon as you spoke with them. Not only the chief, but also a roadside souvenir shop owner, her children, and the workers we spent our days with could discourse knowledgeably about American politics, global warming, re-election campaigns, and the healthcare overhaul. After a couple of days, we began to see the full extent of the Carib people's relationship with their land.
If you find a coconut tree, you can eat from it.
You can eat from it, yes. Anything on the coconuts. The jelly, dry ones, everything good and good.
Everything.
Yeah, but not the leaves. You don't eat the leaves. We use the leaves to make hats.
The coconut tree was central. Every part of the tree had a use. The leaves became roofing or hats, the heartwood was edible, the coconuts themselves provided water and then food. Coconut husks became beautiful pieces of artwork to be sold to tourists for extra income or were burned as fuel in cooking fires. We learned how to make coconut milk.
Put it here. Here in the water. Then squeeze it over. So we're taking out the milk in here. It's like making coconut oil.
The Carib people are strongly connected to their land, and for many, agricultural work is their primary form of employment.
Well, I do 3 different areas of work. I do farming work. I do leather craft work. I do Carib craft work.
What do you do for work?
Well, I work in is more or less garden, agriculture, go to my garden and back, grown provision and bananas and is that I grow. Now and then, if I get a job somewhere, like a small project, I do it. But beside that, other work is agriculture.
What kind of fruits and vegetables do you grow?
Well, I grow things like tanya, cucumbers, bananas, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, plantain, those things like that.
On several occasions, we enjoyed cassava bread for lunch, mixing it with a variety of condiments from back home. We were even given a tour of the cassava bread bakery and learned the bread-making process.
Do you use the cassava root for anything else besides making the cassava bread?
Yeah, well, the cassava root can do a lot of things. It can do its own cakes, it can do its own bread. You make farine out of it. Well, everything in the cassava root can be used. The water can be used. In fact, everything.
So nothing of that tree gets just
Yeah.
Everything gets used?
Yeah, everything can be used because when you cut down the tree, you can use it for planting. You have to use it for organic, the waste.
But you also boil it and just eat.
Yes, you boil it and you eat it also.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Is this school customers? No. What are you doing there now? Why you up to now?
Nothing, huh?
Boy, I get in a contact with the boy and I want to do that.
Food was a big deal to the Carib people, and though they never turned down food from us, there was some awareness that imported foods were to be avoided. Ryan, the driver and owner of our rock and sand delivery trucks, explained that many Caribs avoided American meats in the grocery stores. There had been instances in the past, he said, of Carib children developing with unnatural speed, and American growth hormone injected meats were thought to be the cause. We joked about the frailty of industrially farmed eggs and about how real free-range organic eggs from local chickens could be dropped on the ground without cracking. He remembered the first time he saw real eggs and industrially farmed eggs next to each other and how different the colors were.
Hey Iris, how is it?
It's good. Delicious.
What does it taste like?
Like macaroni and chicken.
Hey Jared, what are you eating for lunch today?
It's consisting of fish, octopus, and some lobster actually. Containing with some Ritz, salt and pepper, tapatio. It's actually really good.
The seafood stew we had for lunch one day was probably the best lunch of the trip. On our way back from Roseau, we had stopped to get gas just as a spear fisherman was walking past. We bought his entire catch and ended up paying only about $4 a pound for fresh-caught fish and lobster. Our seafood stew was a more extravagant version of the lunch we normally had. Lunch usually consisted of boiled plantains and chicken or fish and a broth. New to almost all of us was how the food was prepared, over an outdoor cooking fire. We learned some about the proper ways to build such a fire and saw firsthand how much hotter coconut husks burned than most woods. Coconut husks were perfectly suited for burning because they burned very hot but very slowly and were available everywhere.
That's a good idea. I've been looking very close.
Another important component of almost all of our meals was breadfruit. Nutritionally, breadfruit is a powerhouse. It is high in calories but has almost no fat. It contains significant amounts of fiber, iron, and vitamin C and can be prepared in a variety of ways.
Yeah, I know. Pilatman flavor.
Go.
Roca here, and the yellow took breadfruit and he put it in the coals and turned it, roast it, and then he cut it into chunks, and then he said now it's good to eat. I'm going to test that theory right now. It's good.
You better hope he's right.
Could use some salt, but it's good.
We have salt.
It's almost good.
It tastes like bread and fruit.
Lunch was normally a social affair, taking anywhere from 1 to 2 hours to make and requiring someone to go into the closest town some 15 minutes away to purchase fresh meats.
Single Rita. Is that what every single girl is called Single Rita? Single Rita. Here or in the...
Despite early reservations about the Carib people's relationship to their land, by the end of our visit it had become apparent that as a people, they were more connected to their land than we could imagine.
Julius just brought me some spice leaves and he told me to crumple them up in here. And I was going to make coffee, but he said this would be better. So we're making a tea with this spice leaf. And I don't know exactly what we would call this kind of spice, but they say it's good for energy, good for lots of things, makes your stomach feel better, and cures anything that ails you.
We can only hope that their environmental stewardship continues to be passed down to future generations, and that maybe someday the rest of the world will take notice.